its own risks. At any moment he might be kicked out of this strange state of suspended animation and fully unleash the mindless beast that writhed just under the surface of his scaly, bony, armored skin. And he knew right where his beast would head first. Rosalyn Thorne. He huffed a sad laugh. Of course, a witch would be his undoing. The poetic justice of it was just too perfect. And he'd been too eager for her from the start. He should have seen that from a mile away, but apparently that wasn't the way love worked. He was blind to it, blindly stubborn about it, even as he knew the danger grew near. He just couldn't help the way she drew him in. Love has a power all its own. His brother Lucian said something to that effect, but Leonidas never thought it would be him who would be helpless in the face of that power, that he would be captivated so completely by a woman who literally wanted nothing to do with him. Was he just craving something he couldn't have? Was he that pathetic? But no, the curse was nothing if not specific. His love for Rosalyn was as real and obvious as the bronze scales of his tail catching the reddish sunfire of the setting sun. And he knew why. She was selfless and brave, funny and tough, smart and sexy as hell. She was a treasure the likes of which he'd never known, or maybe never gave himself the chance to discover. And he'd fallen hard and fast. At least she was safe from him now, even if his death would be a slow and agonizing one, pining away in his tomb. That he would be conscious for it was a particularly cruel twist. There was no end to the power of Meridi's curse, and its ability to make him suffer maximally right until the end. A spot of light danced around the cave, rousing Leonidas from his stupor of self-pity. He traced it outside the cave, where, rushing fast toward him, was a silver dragon, his shiny scales catching the light and reflecting it into the pocket of hollowed granite where Leonidas sat. Lexander. Leonidas's heart lurched, and he scrambled up from his repose on the cave floor. He and Lexander had made a pact. Whoever went wyvern first, the other would end it quickly. And now his brother was winging toward him, a silver bullet come to end his torment. Leonidas was ready, although his heart was pounding out of his chest at the sight. Despite hours of trying to effect his death on his own, the prospect of it winging toward him charged him anew. His tail swished the cave behind him, and his blood rushed in his ears. He stood, wings spread but outwardly as calm as he could manage, while Lexander landed at the edge of the cave entrance. His silver talons screeched against the granite as he grabbed his purchase. He stayed back from the protection of the wards and peered intently at Leonidas, trapped in his magical cage. My brother! Lexander's thoughts reached him as the ice-blue eyes of his dragon raked across his body. Leonidas's wyvern dragon was bronze, like his normal dragon, but with none of the smooth, elegant form and burnished scales. His wyvern was bony and brutish and ridged with hardened scales, as rough and wild in appearance as his mind was supposed to be. Still here, Leonidas sent the thought in return. Fucked until the end, it would appear. Lexander reared back, leaping away from the ledge and lifting into the air. He flew a short ways off, then turned back, looping toward the cave. Twice more he circled. He was outside the reach of Leonidas's thoughts. When Lexander finally returned, he once again lit at the edge of the cave, just barely clinging to the lip where the barrier of the wards didn't reach. Only this time he shifted into his human form. Drop the wards, his brothers said. Did you bring an angel blade? Leonidas sent the thought to him. Because I don't think you can strangle me in human form, my brother. Even if I let you in, my true wyvern wildness might emerge on the cusp of death. The last thing he wanted was for his brother to die in this tomb alongside him. Or worse, fail to keep him contained and let his wyvern loose to go attack Rosalyn. Let me in, and we'll talk, Lexander said calmly. Leonidas frowned. All right, but once you're inside, I'm raising the wards again, just in case. Lexander nodded his agreement. Leonidas lifted his taloned claws into motion to wipe away several of the wards he'd conjured. The focus of his fey magic and the slinky black lines of his runes skittering down his hard-muscled arm made fast work of it. Lexander stepped inside the cave, and Leonidas reversed the conjuring, raising the magical cage once more and locking them both inside. He wasn't too worried. Lexander had always been the strongest of the three of them. Born a minute after Lucian, but a minute before Leonidas, Lexander was the cooler head.